Man, I hate living in this small town. If only someday I could just, become a vampire. That'll make my life easier, right? No, it probably wouldn't. Hey guys, I'm the All American Critic, and I got another review for you guys for Horror Month. Today we're going to be talking about Shiki. And I'll show you the back, because I know some people want to see that. Yes, I have the super awesome, amazing value edition, because I'm a cheapo. And, yeah, that was actually one of the first pieces of anime I ever bought. Kind of spoiler about how I feel about this show. But Shiki is a 22-episode horror anime about a small village called Sotoba. And Sotoba is very remote. And it's basically about this, there's a new family that moves into town, and they live in this, giant mansion. And the town's, really remote, as I said, and some of the kids in the town embrace what it is, and then there's other kids in the town that really, really hate it and wish that they could leave. They wish for a different life. Well, once this new family moves into the town, some weird stuff starts happening. Some people start dying of what looks like anemia, and one of our main characters is the town doctor. And his name is Toshio. Toshio was one of my favorite characters in this show. You really side with him because he's trying to figure out what's going on with the people in this town, because they're just dropping flies at stuff that he doesn't think that people should be dying of. They're normal one day, then they're really tired the next day, and then they're dead. But sometimes they don't stay dead. And without revealing it too much, basically it winds up to be a battle between humanity and some vampires. And the coolest part of this show, I would say, is it really questions what is it okay to do to survive. And if you are one of the undead, it really throws the question at you, would you be willing to kill to live? Can you do that? Is surviving important to you, or is living by what's normal morals important to you? Which I thought was a really cool aspect of the show, was it really made me think, not too much like in Higurashi, but it made me question decisions made by not only characters in here, but if I were in the anime, it made me question the decisions I would have taken. Character-wise, this series has a mixed bag for me. Some of the characters like Toshio and Saishin, who is the priest in the town, are really, really cool. You really feel for Toshio, as I said, and you also kind of feel for Saishin. Saishin is the village priest, and like Toshio, he's kind of thrust into the job that he has, and he kind of questions life a lot. And he actually develops a friendship with one of the new, I don't want to spoil too much, with one of the new people that moves into the town, Sunako. And they have really cool conversations at night about philosophies and stuff and literature and stuff like that. And another character I thought that was really cool, and unfortunately she doesn't get too much screen time, was Ritsuko. Ritsuko is a nurse that works at the clinic as all this stuff is going down. Ritsuko was kind of just a kind of their side character until later in the series, where she sort of makes a decision that I feel I would have made, so it's more of a personal connection. Again, don't want to spoil it, but if you have seen the series, how Ritsuko reacts is probably how I would have reacted to this situation, and that's probably how I would have went about it. And I thought about that a lot, and I like characters that I can really side with like that. There are some downsides of the characters, though. They're not all good. We get a lot of annoying side characters that you wish would just die and stay dead. Don't come back to life. And unfortunately they die in the show, and then they come back to life, and then you're like, oh no, now we have to deal with you some more. Just that really dragged it down. I wanted more Ritsuko and less of some of your annoying characters, whose names I don't even bother to remember. Presentation-wise, the show looks really great. One thing that they did really well was like the eyes of the characters. They're like unique in this show. I haven't really seen an anime that does like eyes like they do, and there's like a couple different styles of eyes that they do, and I feel like they were all like really cool to look at. The show's really cool to look at. The blood looks good. The character designs are really cool. Sunako is like one of the coolest. This is actually Sunako. Sunako is, I think, one of like the coolest like potential cosplays like I've ever seen. The dub was really good. The sub is also good, so you can't really go wrong with either audio track. The opening theme is really good. It's on my I'm gonna eventually make a video of my top openings, and it's definitely on there. The first opening, not that the second one's bad, but the first one's just the bomb. And the endings are okay, and that one's actually in reverse. I like the second ending better than the first one. But presentation-wise, was pretty good. Entertainment factor, Shiki really kept me entertained. To be honest, the show is a little slow at the beginning, and I can understand how people can get sort of deterred within that first few episodes. But man, once this show finds the gas pedal, it floors it. And it just does not stop, and it gets like gorier and gorier. So if you're into that, you're really going to like this. If you like deep philosophical thinking, you're going to like this. And then it has the balance of that with the gore and like the vampires and the death that's going on. Yeah, it's like a really balanced anime. I do wish that the beginning was a little faster. Really, if they just kick stuff in, like maybe 1 or 2 episodes quicker than they did, I feel like my rating for this would be a little higher. Overall, my grade for Shiki was a pretty enjoyable experience. It's so far the best, really actual straight horror anime that I've reviewed for Horror Month. I'm going to give Shiki a B-. And I believe that puts it under Is This a Zombie? But as we all know, Is This a Zombie is more of a comedy. And I threw it in here just for S's and G's. But yeah, what did you guys think of Shiki? And I want to know, does anybody agree with me on, if you've seen the show, siding with Ritsuko? Because I really want to know. maybe none of you actually like thought about that when you're watching the show, but how many of you are like me and would do what she did? And what would you do if you became a vampire? So actually, wow, that's going to really open up the comments. But yeah, comment down below. Check out my vlog tonight, Monday night vlog. So I'm going to be probably doing that around like 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, stick around for that. And stick around for as I finish up Horror Month. I'm going to do 2 more shows. Next up's going to be Trinity. 3 more shows. Trinity Blood, then which I started today. Blood Sea, and then Corpse Party was the one that is most voted on by comments and messages on YouTube. And so yeah, as always, guys, comment and subscribe. And see you later on for vlogs. And if not, I'll see you in my next review. Check out my WordPress blog for more in-depth typed up reviews. And as always, this is the All-American Critic signing out.